Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Dan+Det. Ich bin Dan.
Ich bin Det, herzlich willkommen. Und heute sind wir zu Gast im Eisstadion im Grimmitschau bei den Eispiraten. Und Gast ist
Jussi Tuores. Wir haben uns drauf, ich pronounce es etwas Spanisch. Welcome to the show, Jussi.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Jussi, you didn't come to the world and was a coach.
No.
So, what was your beginning in your childhood?
I think the normal one. Grew up with one brother and obviously both parents, and in a relatively small city, Vaasa, Finland.
Yeah, and why ice hockey?
I think it was clear for us. My father played when he was younger, and then my older brother, 3 years older, he started playing. So I grew up at the rink. My father was coaching his team, so we spent all our time at the rink. So that was just a natural choice for us.
Mm-hmm. How long was your father your coach?
He was my coach maybe 4 years, but he was coaching in total like 25 years in junior hockey in Vaasa.
Yeah. Did you play other sports beside of ice hockey?
Yeah. In a team, I played also football until I was 16. And I played tennis for a little bit between ages like 6 to 10, and floorball. And then we did some athletics when we were younger, but hockey was always the main for me. And then the football stayed quite long besides it, but other than that, it was mostly just playing out with the buddies without the team. But in an actual team, I played football, hockey, floorball, and tennis.
Okay. It's very special because, some played ice hockey and football, but for sports is very special. I'm surprised a little bit. In Finland is a great nation of ice hockey and a little bit of soccer, football. How many people are in Finland will play ice hockey? Is there a number for our?
I'm not sure actually how many there is. We're about 5.5 million people in total. And out of that, maybe like official hockey players, it's somewhere like 150,000 people, maybe something like that. I'm not sure. In the junior club where I grew up, we had like 400 kids, 500 kids playing.
Okay, what was the day and how was the day in Finland as a junior player?
It's okay. I think it's just like a normal way. I think the Canadian junior hockey is way more competitive in an early age, but for us it was more regional hockey until you reach the age of 15 when you start playing national. But for us it was just normal. We played the highest league in Finland in under 15, 16 and 18.
What kind of school did you visit as a child, and how it works with ice hockey?
We actually, I had the normal one from classes from 1 to 9, which is mandatory for everybody, what you do in your own region. And then afterward, you go to, is it gymnasium? It's Swedish at least. I don't know how you say it in English. And we started a hockey program that we had a chance to practice 3 times a week in the morning before the school. So we had 90 minutes ice hockey practice before the school 3 times a week. So that was good for us.
It's a strong support for the sport.
Yeah. And I know nowadays they even took it way further. So they have all these like a breakfast facilities and lunches and the players. So they're really taken care of so they can actually pursue their dreams to become a hockey player.
Kommst du eigentlich her? Aus Nordfinnland oder Helsinki?
Vaasa, hat er schon gesagt. Vaasa.
Vaasa. Okay.
It's a harbor city in the northwest, west.
Yeah, it's like basically right in the middle of Finland on the west.
Yeah.
And the west, okay.
Yeah, on the west coast and I researched. I found it was a little beloved city. In Vasa, there is a traditional hockey club, 3 times champion in Finland. Why aren't you still there, the head coach? Or?
Yeah, they have. We have a traditional team, but it's a 3-time champion in the second tier. Yeah. So it just got promoted to the first tier. Yeah. So Vasa never won the first league in Finland. They've been only on the second. When I was still there playing, we only had the second tier league. So, but I don't know. I wanted to have a change. I'm not even for now. Even if I would get an offer from Vasa, I still would not go back. Not yet.
Yeah. And when starts your journey to Europe?
I think this is now my 5th year outside Finland, 5th or 6th. 5th. Yeah. I want to say 5th.
Yeah.
So 5 years ago.
Okay, tell our viewers what was your first stage club outside of the country of Finland?
So first 2.5-3 years I spent in Italy, in Brunico, in the junior program over there, and I went there because of the GM of the club, Diego Scandella, and I knew that if I do a good job with him, he's gonna help me take the next step with his connections. He's been around European hockey such a long time, and he knows everybody, and he's got good connections. So you do well for him, he's going to do well for you.
Okay. And why are you a coach? You can also be a manager or something else. Why are you a coach?
That's a good question. Well, I started when I stopped playing. My old coach asked me if I want to help him as an assistant, and I tried it out, and I really liked it. I like to be as close as a player as possible, but still from the different perspective. You get to be around the team. You get to live that everyday life, which you necessarily don't get to do as a GM. So you really have to be part of the team to get that full experience, what it's like to be in a professional hockey especially. And I enjoy that. I like that. I like to compete as a team, and when you have a common goal and everybody's working towards it, and you get to measure yourselves every day.
Mm-hmm. What was, or is it more difficult to be a coach than a player for you?
No, I think it's harder to be a player.
Mm-hmm.
As a coach, especially in ice hockey, I think the biggest difference, the easiest difference is that nobody is trying to hit me or nobody is trying to hurt me when I'm on the bench. Mm-hmm. But on the ice, you have that element of physical play involved. So that alone makes it a little bit different. But I think player is way harder job than a coach.
Mm-hmm. But with your head, it's more difficult as a coach, maybe?
Yeah, it's different. You might, as a player, you view the game, or you view your own performance through your own bubble. You don't really see outside your own bubble. But as a coach, you have to review and see the game outside your own bubble, and as a team, as a 5-man units, and that's the biggest difference to me.
Mm-hmm. And you have to be more a leader for your staff.
Yeah, well, obviously you have the responsibility. It's my responsibility. It's the result. So, yeah, that's part of the job.
Yeah. How do you handle this stuff, like Sebastian?
Well, I'm lucky. I got easy staff. I have Esa and Sebastian. It's not a really high maintenance. Everybody has their own responsibilities, and I try to give them space to handle their responsibilities, so they feel also that they have an input in the team. They feel that they are valued in our team, and as long as for now at least, that's all you got to do. Just let them do their own job. Give them the space to do it, and they're gonna take care of it.
Mm-hmm. And he knows what you want to see when he clip the highlights of the game, of the match.
Yeah, obviously it was a learning process for us, working first time together. But yeah, now he knows what I want to see. Or like I ask him, like, give me the line rushes for or against or whatever it is, and he know what I mean, and he's gonna make the clips for me.
Let us go back to the childhood. Means your mother of this part, your father was a player, your brother, now you are a head coach. What was the what were the thoughts of your mother and you dispellings about that? That three guys in her family are every day with ice hockey.
Yeah, I know. Like mom also, she was brought up to that. My grandpa was a big hockey guy and a football guy, so my mom also lived in an environment where sports were a big thing. So it was kind of like a natural development for her. And she was like, when I was growing up and starting hockey, my mom was the one who was spending a lot of time with me on my tournament trips because my father and brother were in the same team. So somebody had to drive me to the rink and to be part of my team. So she was a lot on the beginning with me and just all supportive and like even still, they're really supportive on my pursuing my dream as becoming a head coach now and as a hockey career. So I'm grateful for that.
Now you are a very young head coach, I thought. What's the difference between an experienced one or what's your Vorteil? You know?
Yeah, I think I understand. I don't view myself as a young coach. If there's a 31-year-old manager in Premier League, he's a young maybe in that environment. But for me, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But experience is always good if you can handle it the right way. But experience just for experience, it doesn't give you anything. You have to learn from the experiences, and if you can do that, obviously experience is going to help you. But yeah, maybe ask me again after 5 years or 10 years. So my answer most likely is going to be different. But for now, right now, I don't see the lack of experience as necessarily a bad thing. That means also that there's not a lot of package.
Okay. And what was your experience in Italy?
It was good and bad. Like the city was extremely beautiful where I live. Brunico is such a beautiful place, so it was a nice place to live. The hockey rink, all the facilities were top notch. They're brand new, everything. So it was like everything around the hockey was good and fun. But then you miss the competition level is not as high as you would like. It helped me a lot when the first team hired a Finnish coach over there, so I get to be part of more of that first team hockey there. But like I said, I had a really good working relationship with the GM, and he was helping me a lot. And we did a lot of extra work outside my normal work just to help me develop. So it was a good experience for me.
Okay. And why are you now in Krimitschau? You came here in July 2022 as an assistant coach. Why are you why are you coming to Krimitschau?
Well, the summer before I came here, like I talked with my GM in Brunico, and I told him that I'm looking for some change. I need to find some new challenges. And then obviously I was reaching out in my own network, coaches around Europe. And as it happens to be, like it always goes, that Marian Basani's oldest son's godfather was the head coach in Großen. Großen has an assistant coach from Finland, Saku Martikainen, and I know Saku from way back. And Marian was talking with the head coach of Großen that he's going to need an assistant. And Saku called me and asked me if I'm interested about it. And then I called Marian and we went from there.
Okay. What is the special experience here in Krimitschau? What do you think?
Well, it's a lot of new things again, especially in the beginning. It's just the culture. German culture is different than Italian culture or the Finnish culture. German hockey is different. German junior hockey is different. Like the players that are developing from the juniors, they're not the same players that are coming from Finland or Italy. So you have to kind of learn that. Then the league is different. There's certain rules in the league that you have to learn. It's by actual rules textbook, but then also how the game is played here. The sports culture, everything is new. It's a little bit different than what it is in Finland or what it is in Italy. So there's a lot to learn, but I love the DL2 as a league. It's a tough league to play in every game. It's a tough one, so you really have to prepare yourself every weekend. Otherwise, you're going to end up with 0 points. So it's a good challenge as a coach. How do you prepare your team every single weekend to battle for the points?
What was the hardest experience in lifestyle, the German lifestyle?
Well, language is obviously the most difficult one because, as we talked before, that at the rink, our language is always English. Then I have Esa in the locker room, and we speak Swedish with Esa. So I don't really hear or speak any German, so the language is the biggest barrier. So that's a little bit taking away from the life outside the rink. You don't have that kind of a communication with the locals as much. So that's the biggest one by far.
And the mentality, the German mentality, be tough, be not. The UK people say we have not a kind of humor. What do you think about that?
No, I don't think that's the case. Especially compared to the Finns, I think people are really social here and laughing a lot compared to us. But it's just you learning the kind of the unspoken rules of any country, any culture. That's what you have to. How can you lead the guys if you don't understand their culture, where they're coming from? So that's always as a head coach, when you're supposed to lead the guys, that's the biggest issue, that learning the culture, that what are the triggers that these guys are going to respond to.
Do you miss the water of Vasa?
Yeah, I miss the sea.
And the fish? Or
yeah, summer house, sea, that's the biggest things what you miss.
Yeah. What's the big thing in Finland? In Sweden, it's like in summer they are going to their houses in the woods. Is it the same in Finland?
Yeah, we do the same.
Yeah.
Me growing up, we didn't have a summer house as a family, but now with my fiancée and her family, they have a summer house. So we spend multiple days in a week. We always go there when we have a chance. So we spend a lot of time in a summer house.
And in Italy, there is the sea, the Adria, were you on the Middle Sea in Italy?
Yeah, like Prunico, that was the shock for me to coming in Krimichau, and there's nothing wrong with Krimichau, don't take me wrong, but I lived 200 meters from the Dolomites. I had a balcony going up to the mountains, and you're living in those postcard views every day for 3 years. So it's again, it takes a little bit of adjustments, but at the same time, I enjoy my life here a lot more than I did over there because the professional sport is here, not there.
In the off season, do you prefer to make sports, or are you a lazy guy?
Well, maybe I'm a little lazy too, but yeah, I play a lot of golf. Yeah, I like to play. No, well, if not every day, at least 5 times a week, and then some paddle. Now that's been a big thing in Vasa, so I've been getting into that a little bit, but nothing too much. Golf is the main thing.
Okay, what's the special feature to play golf?
It's so hard. It takes your mind off from everything. You can't concentrate anything else than golf if you're playing golf. It's such a difficult sport.
Okay.
You can only, no matter if you practice every day for 10 hours the rest of your life, you're still not going to be complete in golf. You still have room to improve.
Okay. For a non-golf player, it sounds a little bit strange because, you only have to put the ball in a hole. So you have to concentrate, or what's?
Yeah, golf is the hardest sport in the world. That's by far the hardest sport in the world. Yeah, it's you miss the ball with 1 degree on your club, and it's gonna end up 20 meters to the left or 20 meters to the right.
Yeah.
It's such a difficult sport to hit that ball every single time perfectly. It's amazing.
It's really underrated, I think.
Yeah, maybe here in Germany it's underrated, but then when you go to America, you go to state or Japan, Asia, those are big in golf nowadays. Even in Sweden, Finland, golf is getting bigger and bigger. So yeah, people understand how difficult that is.
Okay. Here in the Croatia area, we have a football club, FSV Zwickau. We have a handball club with the BSV, which plays in the first league. Do you look at these clubs or watching in TV and so on?
No, not really. No. I only follow some, hockey, obviously, Swedish, Swiss, German, and Finnish leagues, and then football, the English Premier League.
Okay, not German Bundesliga.
Not really, no.
Why? It's not tough enough?
No, I think Bundesliga is how do I put this without hurting anyone's feelings? I think Bundesliga is an extremely good league if you take Bayern München away.
Mm-hmm.
But when Bayern München is playing, they're winning 90% of the games, so they win 9 out of 10 championships.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's as a professional sport, that's boring.
Yeah.
So from second to the last, it's a really good league, but the first one is always first one. So that's why I like English Premier League, because it's so tough.
Mm-hmm.
There's 6 teams that can win every single year, so that's what I like about that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jussi, for the first part. We'll be right back.